Hi guys, in this video we will show you how Björn changed our broken original fan to this new electrical one. And here is the fan we'll be installing.
Well, now that we got rid of everything that was in the way, let's drain the cooler and see if we can get that out too. When you're draining your cooler, make sure that you can collect everything that comes out, because you're not allowed to throw that in nature. It's not good. So take a bucket or anything, put it under there, drain it, and then we can remove. So now that we drained the cooler, we're gonna unhook the hoses from the engine and see if we can get it out. There's also 2 bolts at the bottom, which we already took away when we were down there. So let's see if we can get this loose and out. In our case, it's these clamps here that you can unscrew with either a screwdriver like I have or this hexagonal thing. But you also have those ones which you can remove with the pliers. So it depends on what they put on yours, but I put these ones here because I think they're good. So let's see if we can get this one loose. Okay, top one is off. See if we can get the bottom one. Like that. Now we should be able to take this one out. Hopefully, like so. Remember that time when we were on our way home from northern Sweden and we had to stop because we punctured our cooler? This is the fan blade that broke off and punctured the cooler a couple of times. So this is why we want to change the fan now. So as you can see, it's getting dark, so we'll be trying to use all the lamps we got to shine everything up for you guys so you can see, hopefully. So these ones are going in here because we don't use the fan anymore, but these belt wheels have to be secured, otherwise they will come flying off. So you're gonna put bolts in there. You have to align the holes, and it's easier to do before you tension the belts.
So now when the fan is removed, it is time to go inside and make some brackets for the new one.
So here's the first prototype. So this one is coming here. I have to make it a little bit under an angle to get to the bolt for the fan. Here's the result. I ended up changing the prototype a bit to mount the fan as close to the radiator as possible. Basically, you could mount the fan to the radiator with anything you want, even zip ties. We chose to make these brackets to make sure that the fan ends up in the right place and sits tight, because there's not so much space to work with. We chose not to reuse the fan shroud because this fan is much stronger than the original one and moves way more air.
It is time to test feed the fan and the radiator.
So this is where we're gonna hook up the lower hose of our radiator. It's already on the radiator, we just have to hook it up here to our heater. And then we're also going to hook up the top one. Let's just fill up the radiator with some antifreeze and water so we can start the engine and make sure that everything works as it should. So let's see what happens. Okay. We encountered a problem. Something was making a squeaking sound. At first we thought it was one of the belts, but after a quick check we realized that the bolts where the original fan was were 2 mm too long. So if you'll be changing your fan to a similar one, make sure that the bolts are the right length, otherwise the water pump won't turn. Okay guys, so as you can see, this installation has been taking a little bit of time for us, and now it's snow everywhere and the temperature is starting to drop. But we managed to install all the brackets and the fan onto the radiator, and then we got it to fit inside of the engine compartment, so everything is fine there. We also decided to change the alternator while we were at it. We'll show that in another video. But we ran into some electrical issues when we were installing the alternator. So now I have to figure out a little bit where all the cables goes and rearrange the electricity that I hooked up for all our lights before. So we're gonna get into that now. So now, as you can see, when we modified the brackets a little bit, we're clearing the bolts of the belt wheel. And we started the engine and they don't seem to touch at all, which is good. But yeah, now we just have to hook up the fan and take it for a test drive. So this is the point we're at right now. We're still digging through the cables and we're looking for the signal cable for the alternator so we can hook everything up again. Also gonna run a new cable for the fan we installed, and we're thinking of upgrading all our old buttons to a panel that is background lit so we can see it during the evenings. And it will also help us organize all the lights we have so it's easier to switch the right ones on. It also comes with its own circuit board so we can have new fuses instead of messing with the old ones. So we'll keep the old ones and everything for the bus, and then we'll try to run all our new stuff and add-ons via the panel. So hopefully by the next video we'll have some of that sorted out at least.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you found this video useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in our next video.